Welcome in, Taurus, to your April monthly reading. We're going to tap into the collective of Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus Tauruses out there. This is a general read, so whatever messages are meant to come through, we never know. We'll see what unfolds. And it may resonate, it may not. I mean, some things may. So if you're watching this video, I always say, and other readers will say there's a reason, which I believe that. And there's something that's meant for you. So I listen through and see what unfolds, because obviously if you're watching tarot videos, you are a seeker and definitely probably more aligned spiritually, I would say. So again, welcome to my channel. Definitely, if you like my videos, if the messages resonate, subscribe and like this video and comment as you see fit. So we're going to, again, what's happening right now astrologically, if that's even a word. So we had the kickoff of the eclipse season, which happened on March 25th. We had the lunar eclipse. Coming up, we have the solar eclipse on April 8th. So definitely we're in the eclipse energies and season, and eclipses are really like shining the spotlight deep down into the depths of our soul, our emotional bodies, our energy bodies, and really pushing things up that we need to transmute, integrate, process. So it's like if you've been in denial about your real feelings or in denial about truth, or if there's just things from the past that you fully haven't transmuted or processed through, that could be traumas. Those definitely, if there's unhealthy dynamics in relationships, those are definitely going to really be more triggered right now, because it's really asking you to be more aware of yourself, but also what is the change that you have to make to, again, move forward in a more free way, like freeing yourself from all that, and again, find your higher path. And then, like, even though we may think, like, why do we have to go through these? It's intense. The universe is always providing us ways to help us realign, to help us get on our higher path again, and to maintain that harmony and balance. But if we're really disharmonized, I mean, that's where it's going to create more discomfort, disruption, again, suffering, and issues with our connections. So I'm going to pull some of the Moonology cards since we're kind of in that eclipse mode. And this one flew out. Your commitment is being tested. First quarter moon. Have faith in your dreams. And this literally just came out in the Gemini reading. Have faith in your dreams. Believe in the impossible. Yeah, definitely, Taurus. This really is about what is it that you really want, and like, what is your dream? And I feel like this message for you I feel like you've kind of given up in a sense. Like, I feel like when you were maybe younger, or at some point in your past, you had all these dreams, or like thinking that things were going to be great, but they really haven't. And I feel like you've almost given up a little bit on certain dreams because of just life, right? But I believe that it's been coming up in you more recently, that you're like, no, like, I really want to experience this, or I really want to bring this into my life. And so that's like I feel like these old dreams are tapping on your shoulder, like, hey, don't, remember me. And I feel like there's really, the universe is asking you, that's happening because I feel like you are meant to experience that or have that. And it's like believing in the impossible. And you've kind of just almost, I feel, succumbed or just settled for certain things in your life. And it's like you're kind of starting to feel this fire again about them, and you're like, no, I don't want to like just never experience this. Or and there's something with this solar eclipse that's really bringing in, I'm feeling like this passionate, new, inspired energy to actually take some action towards that. And you've definitely been tested when it comes to committing to taking action on these dreams. And it could be from other people. Like other people are like, could be making you feel again like it can't happen, or you can't do it, or it's going to be really difficult. But I mean, that test is it's going to be there. And I think you might feel like, well, maybe this is saying I shouldn't do this, but that's not true. Like it's to really dig your commitment in deeper. I'm going to pull 2 of these Sacred Traveler Oracle cards. Believe in Magic, Journey by Moonlight. Okay, so there's some magic coming through, I feel, like some new energies that are really helping you in like a way. It's almost like a miracle I'm picking up on, that like almost opens up something to help you again towards your dreams. You stand in the light of truth, discovering truth. And the biggest thing to aligning to your dreams is aligning to your truth and aligning to your authentic self. And I feel like too, this like your commitment is being tested. I feel like as well, you haven't fully stood in your truth in your life. Like you haven't fully like been able to be your authentic self in some aspect. And it's like you're finally realizing like, no, this is who I really am. And it might be something, it tends to almost be a bigger shock for others when you really haven't stood in the light of your truth. And all of a sudden your truth is like something where it's like something very different than what you normally, I guess, would do or want. But again, your higher self, the universe is really asking you to do this. And when you align with your truth, that's when magic happens. That's when you start really manifesting quickly. Okay, let's tap into more of this. Ace of Cups. Yes, oh my gosh. Ace of Wands and Ace of Cups. Are you kidding me? I kept seeing this card when I was talking about like you almost getting this new burst of inspiration. And I was seeing this Ace of Wands card. So you have 2 aces here. So I feel like this is the magic. It's like, and believing in the impossible. I feel like all of a sudden, like there's these opportunities, and the cups are about emotions and love, and then the wands are about passion and inspiration, creativity. So I feel like there's this new burst of like this energy that's coming through the solar eclipse. And kicked off with the lunar eclipse in March, but like really kicked off this new feeling that you're feeling like this is potentially possible, and you're feeling more inspired to go after that again. Okay. Did I shuffle these again? Knight of Cups. Yes. The Hermit. Wow. Queen of Cups. 6 of Pentacles. We got the Page of Pentacles. And the 10 of Swords. Interesting. Chariot. I'm going to clarify that 10 of Swords, but so this could be in regards to a relationship or love. So if you're single, again, I feel like maybe you kind of lost hope in like your dream of like finding your, a soulmate, or like if you've been in a relationship for a long time too, that like you feel like the commitment to this relationship has really been tested and you're unsure that this is like really, you know, what you should do. I mean, you have a dream of like, you want it to work, but also like you have this dream of like, again, this relationship that you want, and it hasn't been that. I feel like there's something about your, like, believing in the impossible and whatever, how that unfolds. And this is really showing like someone is really like triggering. This could be somebody triggering this, or this could just be your internal, like, again, the universe really like with these energies right now, like pushing forward new, almost like motivation, inspiration, desire, and passion, and like an overflowing of emotions that have been blocked. And somebody is really like, look at this, like the Knight of Cups is offering something to this Queen of Cups. And she's like assessing the cup, like, is this what I want? But I think she's also grateful for it. But she's kind of like focused on the love that this Knight is giving her. And with the Hermit, it could be that there's this internal aware, like digging deep to understand, like, what is it I want? Again, going inward in awareness of the self on how do I need to show up differently to, again, manifest a relationship that I like, that's like the highest version of a relationship that I want. Because I feel like too, the key to this is like, again, manifesting this or creating this relationship lies in the fact that the Six of Pentacles, I feel like there's been an imbalance here. That's, again, speaking to disharmony within the self, but it manifests out in our experience with relationships as like an imbalance in this give and take. Like someone's, you know, giving more or wanting to commit more where the other one doesn't. Or there's just this like block you always feel in the relationship where it's like, it's not fulfilling. And it's because you're not on the same page. And the Page of Pentacles to me is about like, almost like this is learning the lesson and finding value in the past and what has happened and utilizing that to now end this. Again, I'll clarify this, but I feel like this is right now like ending this cycle or this pattern of like imbalanced relationships. And then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, things move forward really quickly, the Chariot. Like this is you going towards your dream. And I feel like someone is here offering you some sort of relationship or love or like a recommitment to love. Well, let's pull, so these cards are like what's unfolding or what's like, again, the energies, underlying energies to your situation. Let's look at the situation or like what you're actually experiencing. So we have the Empress, Queen of Swords, three very intense females here. We have two queens and the Empress, who's like the highest level of feminine, like divine feminine energy in the tarot. The Lovers. I'm going to pull one more. The Sun. Wow. Woo. Nice. Ending on the Sun is like, kind of like everything's going to work out like in a way that you couldn't even have imagined type of energy. Like this is your dream. Like you're ending on your dream. Like if you haven't really been starting to feel this, this is coming, and it could be in April here since we're talking about April. There's a lot of feminine energy here coming out, and there's emotions. There's a lot of cups. And then it's like there's these like smaller pentacle cards. It's almost like this is like breadcrumbing, this Six of Pentacles. Like someone is breadcrumbing someone else in a relationship. But it's almost like there's so much emotion and depth in it's almost like aligning with your divine feminine energy. And this, again, doesn't apply to just females, males too, because we both encompass masculine, feminine energies, especially from like a universal, like we couldn't exist if there wasn't a balance between the energies. It's really that pinpoint of that equilibrium that the two energies come together to like create and manifest. And that's like the key to also like life when we create, you know, a human being. So I feel like you definitely are aligning to like really the Empress is like, she is birthing like her highest, you know, again, her highest potential, her highest experience in the physical. Like that refers to like birth. And I feel like you're just like, you're really aligning. And because of that, like there's this, the Queen of Swords is almost like she's cutting out anything that doesn't work. She's like speaking clearly. She knows what she wants now. And it's like, you know what your dream is. And maybe you were tested to almost feel like, well, defeated in it. Like maybe this will never happen. Like my relationships have always been the same, like receiving these breadcrumbs from people, and you almost gave up. But I feel like you are getting a new kind of surge of like something really sparks you to like believe in this again. And I feel like this could be this Knight of Cups. But you're also really like clear about like setting your boundaries, like clearly stating what you want and need in a relationship. That's this Queen of Swords. And like making a decision. The Lovers is about making a decision about it. And it's like, is this person, you know, going to make the decision to be like, yes, I'm on board with that. But the Lovers can also be about like just union, like what I talked about, the divine and the masculine feminine union, which also creates like this soulmate kind of higher octave relationship, which then gets you towards your happiness here. Like really you are looking for this like really harmonious, balanced relationship where you're both on the same page. You both want the same things. And the biggest thing is like compatibility here. The Lovers is like true compatibility. And compatibility comes when, again, your values align, your priorities align, your goals, but also just like your personality traits, love languages. Like, is someone willing and able, not only willing and able to fulfill your needs and desires, but it like fills them up to do that. So they have no issue fulfilling your needs and desires. A lot of people in the past may have thought your needs and desires were too much. And it was too much of an effort for them to try and fill those because there wasn't an alignment there. Let's get some for this Ten of Swords. What's the Ten of Swords about? Seven of Swords. Yeesh. Nine of Pentacles. This could be like an ending to being single. Or like, there's definitely an ending to being single. But also this could be like, you could always be kind of like dealing with people that run away from relationships. They're like a runner. There's that idea of like fight or flight when it comes to conflict, and you deal with people who tend to like just even ghost you if you've been dating, or just like you could be a fleer. Like the first sign of, you know, issues, you kind of bolt. And there's this like really almost to me like an egoic sense of like, I'm better being alone type of energy there with the Nine of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. But like that's ending. Because I feel like you finally found someone who's like sees you as this like empress, and like you finally feel safe enough that you don't have to run, and you really feel this person is genuine. I'm getting this person is very genuine, and they really come from the heart, and they want and are ready to have a serious and want to find someone to create a life with. So yeah, this is your reading, Taurus, is really, this is strongly about relationship. Let's see, was there any... I'm just going to get one for the lovers here. Four of Swords. Yeah, this is going to be really healing for you. It's almost like, you know, to truly heal and to transmute, this is something recently that I became aware of and learned that I think the old like self-help and like spiritual journey used to say like you know, you have to heal on your own, and sometimes you have to be single for a long time. But like the true key to healing, if you've literally never been given what you need in a relationship, like you're never going to fully be able to heal those wounds until you finally are in a relationship that actually is able to fulfill you and give you what you need. And that is where the true healing happens. It's the same thing like someone was talking about. If you've had past life over past life, and even in this life, lifetimes of like poverty, where you've lived in poverty, or you've just never had money, it was never enough, you could call yourself poor, like the only healing that you'll ever find, like in the depths of your soul, is to finally experience abundance and to actually experience riches. And like, we don't understand that from a human standpoint. We kind of think that we have to accept, which you do, you kind of have to accept and surrender to what is. But also like the true healing nature on like the energetic and soul levels is to finally experience the opposite. And that's this concept of duality. Like the whole universe is, the only reason it exists is because of duality. We couldn't exist if we didn't have it. So we have to experience the both sides to have a full circle of understanding, which when we have that full circle, that's when we have a true totality of understanding. That's the highest level of awareness and integration of both sides of the coin of the duality. All right, interesting. And you know what? I keep catching myself at the end of videos. I know that I always say interesting, but like it always amazes me. And like I find that's why I love tarot and readings, because I feel like the truth and like the stories that come out of it are just like, and the messages and the guidance and the wisdom is just like always blows my mind. So let's head over to the extended. The link is below in the description box. Let's talk to the Knight of Cups. I want to get more about who this is, what they, let's see what he wants to say to you. What's the message from this Knight of Cups? And we'll look at the outcome. And I'm going to grab an Gaia Oracle card to just give you like some guidance on what it is that needs to end for you to like actually experience the sun and this love that you've dreamt about. And we'll get a timing card on that too, of when this is going to happen. And then we'll hit any of the signs. So if you're dealing with, we have Virgo, we have Taurus and Libra, Gemini, Cancer. I know we have some water here, the water signs coming up with this Queen of Cups. So we got Cancer. Maybe we'll pull one for Pisces and Scorpio. Okay. Well, I will see you over there, Tauruses. Yeah, see you in a minute.